In the late 19th century, at the height of the spiritualism boom, a new parlor game was introduced to the American public. It promised a fun, harmless way to pass an evening, a novelty item that was sold in toy stores. This game, however, would soon become one of the most feared objects in modern paranormal lore. It is the Ouija board, and this is just one piece of a much larger picture. For over a century, the Ouija board has existed as a mysterious, esoteric artifact in popular culture. It does not prescribe to any single belief system. Instead, it demands that the individual surrender all preconceived notions about the spiritual realm and what might lie beyond. These ideas are said to be just a comforting illusion. The truth, as many have claimed to discover, is more profound and exponentially more intense. This is the purported gateway of the Ouija board. This approach to spirit communication has allegedly served as the key to phenomena both chilling and terrifying. Violent hauntings, dark predictions, and even demonic possession have all been reported by those who dared to play the scientific explanations behind this device in great detail. For now, I should start with what was promised: the terrifying true encounters. Before we get truly started, there is something I should say. From the very beginning, strange and unsettling experiences were linked to the board. Users claimed it was far more than a simple toy. Chilling accounts detail sessions that spiraled into hauntings, possessions, or sustained paranormal activity. There are countless stories of the planchette spelling out dark predictions that later came true, of violent knocks echoing through a house after a session, or of shadowy apparitions materializing in the corners of a room. One of the most unsettling elements of the Ouija board's lore is the concept of the curse. Many believe the board acts as a doorway to the spiritual world, and once opened, it is nearly impossible to close. This belief is fueled by disturbing tales from users who, after a frightening experience, attempted to dispose of the board. They might throw it away, bury it, or even try to destroy it, only for the board to mysteriously reappear in their home, seemingly of its own accord. This phenomenon has cemented the idea that the board is not merely a possession, but an attachment, a curse that follows you. Consider the story of a teenage girl in Connecticut during the 1970s. After a seemingly innocent session with her friends, she began hearing faint scratching and whispering in her bedroom at night. The sounds grew louder and more aggressive over several days, leaving her terrified. In a desperate attempt to end the activity, she took the board outside and tried to burn it. According to the legend, the cardboard and wood refused to catch fire. Instead, the flames shot unnaturally high into the air, forcing her family to douse them and throw the board into a nearby river. But the story doesn't end there. Locals claimed that days later, the board washed back up on the riverbank, just a few yards from her house. A similar account emerged from a college dorm in the 1990s. A group of students, bored on a weekend night, decided to use a Ouija board. The session started innocently enough, but the atmosphere turned grim when the planchette began to spell out the name of a student who had tragically died on campus just a few months prior. That night, the group claimed to hear disembodied footsteps pacing their hallway and insistent knocking on the walls of their room. One of the students awoke the next morning with 3 long, deep scratches on her back, with no memory of how she got them. They threw the board into a dumpster across campus, but a few days later it was found back in their closet. Perhaps the most infamous modern legend is that of the Zozo demon. Across the world, thousands of unrelated Ouija users have reported contacting an entity that identifies itself as Zozo. The encounters share eerily similar characteristics. The spirit is described as malevolent and deceptive, often moving the planchette rapidly in a figure-8 pattern or back and forth between the letters Z and O. Victims claim that contact with Zozo leads to terrifying nightmares, severe poltergeist activity, and sudden violent mood swings. Some have even reported that the entity threatened to possess them or harm their families. The Zozo phenomenon stands as one of the most widespread and chilling examples of the so-called Ouija curse. Of course, science offers a more grounded explanation. The ideomotor effect is a well-documented psychological phenomenon where our subconscious muscles make tiny, involuntary movements. This effect can easily explain how a group of people, their hands resting lightly on the planchette, can unconsciously guide it to spell out words and messages that reflect their shared fears and expectations. The human mind is a powerful thing, and the power of suggestion in a tense, spooky environment cannot be overstated. And yet, even some skeptics admit that this doesn't fully explain the breadth of the phenomenon. Why do so many unrelated people, separated by decades and continents, report nearly identical terrifying outcomes? Why the recurring themes of a board that won't be destroyed, the scratches in patterns of 3, or the appearance of a specific entity like Zozo? Ultimately, the Ouija board has transcended its origins as a parlor game to become a potent cultural symbol of fear. It has been woven into the fabric of horror, from blockbuster movies to real-life police reports, where individuals have blamed the board for their violent or erratic actions. Whether its power stems from science or superstition, the fact remains that millions of people refuse to even have one in their homes. Its dark reputation precedes it, a testament to the enduring power of a story and the unsettling possibility that some doors, once opened, are best left closed.